What's up, y'all? It is Tuesday now, and I just came up here to encourage somebody. Some people in life want to skip over the hard parts where they have to walk a path in a route to where people going to talk about their path, talk about that route. Some people want to skip over the hard part. Some people want to skip over the part that don't make sense. You get what I'm saying? In other words, the part that don't make sense is you doing something you know God told you to do, but society says otherwise. Society says, hey, don't be an entrepreneur. Don't be your own boss. Society says you must keep and maintain and sustain that 9 to 5, but that 9 to 5 is killing you. It's worse for you to keep the 9 to 5 than it is for you to get rid of it and be a full-time entrepreneur. You know, society will place restrictions on you that God never placed on you. You get what I'm saying? And all through the Bible, God gives all through the Bible, there are examples of God taking the talents that people have and enhancing those who use them for his glory. You get what I'm saying? So for my entrepreneurs out there, a big what's up to y'all, because some of us walk a path that is breaking a generational curse. Some of us is walking a path that's, it may be a little gutsy right now, but you know that God has already shown you the end result. He's giving you a glimpse of it. It may not even be the whole picture, but the antidote to get to that destination is for you to transition from out of that 9 to 5 into full-time entrepreneurship. For some of us, you get what I'm saying? I want to also say to people with today's mind frame is that God doesn't change. If God has done and created so many success stories for those who have made sacrifices that no one else around them will make, then he can do it for you too. You get what I'm saying? Like, I like when Steve Harvey said, God makes that phone ring. You know what I'm saying? I love when Taraji P. Henson said she had moved from A to B and she took a chance. I like a Fantasia movie when she arrived late to one of the, I think it was American Idol events or whatever she was a competitor in to get where she's at now. And it shows it in the movie, her arriving late and the security guard recognized her and still let her in. I had one of those moments before where my work had preceded my presence. And when I arrived, somebody recognized me and I had an easy entrance. You know what I'm saying? When you're doing what God will have for you to do, it's gonna get tight, but it's gonna be right. It's gonna get so tight that maybe even those who love you close and love you the most may say, hey, you know what? Maybe you're not gonna make it big. Maybe you need to go back and go back to your 9 to 5. Maybe you need to reconsider what you want to do. And you're gonna even have people who are around you, even in churches, that will say, hey, and they will hate on you because they're hating the fact that you get to do what you love every day. And although it's not always making ends meet, maybe you should leave your hobby, drop your hobby, and do what you did before. At least that was more, the expectancy was more concrete. You know what I'm saying? You knew what you were getting. And I'm talking to my entrepreneurs and I'm talking to my 9 to 5ers. You get what I'm saying? There's a difference, y'all, because being a full-time entrepreneur isn't just a 9 to 5. It's more so like a 24/7. You get what I mean? And if you're not physically doing work, you're mentally doing work. If you're not mentally doing work, you're spiritually doing work, because you got to pray over your produce. You know what I'm saying? And financially, you're always checking the numbers. You're always going to God in spirit and asking God, well, God, I'm not chasing numbers. I'm chasing you. You're chasing God. Like that one song, I'm chasing after you. You're chasing God, and God reveals to you what to do for increase. And when God increases in you, that's when the numbers increase. But God got to be the one increasing in you. Now, see, evil can be increased as well. But see, evil will eventually begot more evil. Goodness and righteousness will begot more righteousness. So some people should be coming to God because of what I'm doing, because of what you're doing. More people should be wanting to pray. More people should be wanting to fast. More people should be getting delivered. More people should be a better communicator. More people should be able to mend what's been broken if that's what God wants. You know what I'm saying? So that's all I want to say, yo. But as I started, there's a path in life right now that many of us are taking, and we're getting gut punched because we're taking that path, but we know God put us on that path. And sometimes this path gets dry, sometimes this path gets lonely, sometimes this path isn't always financed. And in the moments when it's not financed, those are the moments where we have to really lean on not our own understanding, but lean on the understanding that if we know God put us on this path, we gotta wait. And waiting isn't sitting on our butts doing nothing. Waiting, as I said once 2 days ago, and I said 2 days prior to that, waiting is staying busy and doing the last thing God told you to do. So the last thing God told you to do is organize. The last thing God told you to do is work out. The last thing God told you to do is treat people the way you want to be treated. The last thing God told you, pretty much the 10 Commandments, you know what I'm saying? What love your neighbor as thyself, honor your mother and your father, you know that, thou shalt not commit adultery, you know, all of these things. And then for the two that people said Jesus had come and, you know, died on the cross, so we can only focus on two. Whatever your thing is to do, that you know God told you to do last, that's what you do. And you hang in there. You hang in against adversity. You hang in against the naysayers. You hang in against popular vote, against what you're doing. If you know God put you here to do it, and you're not bringing harm to nobody doing it, and you are uplifting God, you are promoting positivity, you are promoting forgiveness, you are promoting to sin less. You're being a good parent, you're being a good person, you're being a good, provider, you're being a good whatever, advisor. You know what I'm saying? You being a good model and a good representation of what you know God will have you to be. Then keep doing that. That's 7 minutes for y'all. Tuesday, July 23rd, 2024. Keep it there.